Aloha and good morning. It is a full moon amplifier, a little bit behind schedule. Sometimes we got to tune into our bodies and become aware that we need to make changes. And that's why I had to adjust this full moon amplifier to today. So today it's August 23rd. So this is the full moon amplifier for the month of August. The full moon actually just passed. It was a super moon and a blue moon, and it was on August 19th. And every time that there is a full moon, it's an opportunity for us to shift into our new power and shed away our fears, doubts, and self-limiting beliefs. So if you have a workbook, so those of you that are my annual clients, you have a full moon workbook, or it's in the process of getting to you. This is what the full moon workbook looks like. I do have an online version of the workbook, which you can use to fill out online, but you can also just reflect and make this more of a mindfulness activity where we use our thoughts to achieve the same thing as if we were to journal. So journaling is a great way to relieve our limits and to become aware of the things we want to shed. One of the things that we typically do on these full moon amplifiers is we journal and we fill out these forms, and then we use an intention to create a worksheet where we release those limits and help us amplify and magnify ourselves to reach for those goals. And hopefully you have set realistic goals that are achievable and something that you can finish and accomplish within the next 30 days. So we can continue to evolve towards where your ultimate goal is. So these are short-term goals. These are goals that you set for the next 30 days. And you would begin taking action this week as we move forward. Now, this full moon amplifier is going to be a little bit different because I do have a live that's going to happen in a few 36 minutes on Insight Timer. We're going to do a mindset shift. So I'm going to keep recording and have you guys watch this within the app as a replay. So you have a combination of the full moon amplifier and that other mindset shift, which is something that I do one-on-one. And one-on-one, we can dig a little bit deeper, but just so you get to know what it would be like if we had that one-on-one session. So what is in this full moon amplifier? Basically, the first thing we would do is release our limits. So I'm going to go back into our awareness piece of the full moon amplifier. When we are shifting through the stress of life and feeling challenges and having triggers and obstacles, there are daily negative thoughts that happen. So that's why during the full moon amplifier, we're reflecting on the things we felt over the past few days, because during the full moon, our negative emotions, our negative thoughts, our doubts are amplified within our bodies, right? And when we already know by this point that our emotions can trigger symptoms in our body, they can cause stress, and you may be feeling extra anxious this week. But now that we're coming off of the full moon, it's an opportunity for us to amplify and magnify our positive energies so we can become productive and achieve and reach for our goals. So just close your eyes and take a moment to think about, and if you choose to reflect on paper, you can go ahead and do that. What are your daily negative thoughts? These are the daily negative words or phrases or sentences that come into your head. And just reflect if any of those came up this week from the 19th up until now. And now take a moment and think about if any sabotaging habits emerged after those thoughts occurred. So was there anything that you stopped yourself from doing, or a behavior that you have been wanting to cut out, let's say eating sugary foods or smoking, or a habit that is a form of self-sabotage? And just reflect upon that and notice if it's a bunch of things, if it's one thing, if it's a pattern that happens every single month. Now take another deep breath and notice, is there any recurring negative habit that you experience every month or every week? And now, if it didn't come up before, are there any addictive habits that you have that impact your productivity, that impact you from reaching your goals. It could be somatic habits. It could be that you physically create these symptoms in your body that then stop you from taking action. For me, I get headaches. So yesterday I had a headache, but also I had put on a lot on my plate. I had said yes to too much. And at that point, I had to realize that I had to pull back from that and give myself some space to recharge and recover because I had too many activities of teaching all week. And that could be very draining for me. So in some instances, the headache could be an addictive habit. In this case, it was that I was depleted and I hadn't filled up my cup. So be really tuned into your body and notice if there's maybe an emotional pattern that you are addicted to experiencing, and that emotion causes you to self-sabotage. For example, my emotional addiction because I was abused as a little girl is sadness. So when I get overwhelmed and stressed, sometimes I can get stuck in sadness, and that becomes an addictive pattern where you keep seeking to feel that way because it's easier to do that than to take action towards something that is scary. Okay. Maybe it's avoiding something, avoiding the to-do list, avoiding the things in your calendar that you set goals to. So we're just tuning in and becoming aware. Now we're going to move on to the Moon Amplifier Planner. Now that we became aware of the things that may be stopping us. So you always want to set a big monthly goal. So for the next 30 days, what is your major goal for this month? And that will be for the month of September until the next session. But if you're watching this on replay, whatever month you're in, you're setting an intention for the next 30 days. And then the next step, you want to write your 3 major tasks. So you picked your goal and you really want to achieve by the end of 30 days. What are 3 actions that you can take within that time frame that are very important for you to achieve that goal? And then think of 3 more things. These would be minor tasks, things that don't require as much effort for you, but are still important for you to achieve that major goal within the next 30 days. And now sometimes when we write these goals, our inner child, our fears, our overwhelms will come to light and they step up. Okay. So now I want you to think of, and if you have a piece of paper, you can jot them down, or you can just think of it in your mind. And this is where you're going to list all the self-sabotaging thoughts, feelings, or beliefs that come into your mind now that you set this goal, but now some fear, some anxiety, some stress has set in. Maybe you're feeling some physical symptoms. So you want to become aware, where are you right now from 0 to 10? How anxious are you about this goal that you set for the next 30 days? Are you feeling any physical pain? How much physical pain are you feeling from 0 to 10? And is there any emotion that you're feeling? And then go ahead and dump that. If you don't have a piece of paper, you can imagine that you have a piece of paper in your head and that you're writing out all of these phrases. And some of the things that may come up is I have doubt, I have shame, I'm feeling guilt, I'm worried that I won't be able to accomplish this, this might be too much. Maybe sometimes I feel hopeless, I have a fear of success. So those are some of the things that can come up when we set these goals. I'll give you an example because this is last month's Moon Amplifier for me. I wanted to set up some videos and schedule some lives, which I actually did accomplish, right? I already had this 3 days of stress shedding this month. It was something that I had been planning for a while, but I hadn't quite gotten to. And I did set that up. Some of the major things that I had to do was be able to create those videos and schedule time to have them, right? And I also had to work on creating these special boxes for my client that is an annual client, which I have been working on in the process, as well as work on simultaneously creating Spanish classes. So that's the next step, which I haven't quite gotten to yet. I have started promoting these. And actually, I have one next week on Insight Timer that is actually going to be in Spanish. So there is goals in the progress that we are working towards. So these are the things that you want to write down. And then your minor tasks are little things that you can do towards those goals. So I said, prepare new releases, and finish a promo, which I have already shared on social media, that was going to go into a magazine. So all of that is done. Those were minor things that I had to work on. And each week you set goals based on this major monthly goal. So we have all these to-do lists. We have all these things that we have on our list to get through for the week. And sometimes our calendar can get overwhelming. This is putting that priority activity to the top. This is the one thing that you really resist, but you really want to accomplish. So you want to put it at the top, and you want to have a separate, either it could be a little sticky note on top of your daily calendar where you write your notes. It could be this, which is the Moon Amplifier workbook, which is a very small breakout of all the 7 days and what you're going to do towards that goal. And each week you continue to set minor goals to get you to reach your main task, as well as your minor activities and major activities, so that by the 30 days you have accomplished what you set out to do. And we also have some Moon Amplifier affirmations. So at this point, I want you to take in 3 deep breaths. Close your eyes and just relax. There's nothing to do and nothing to think about. I'm going to recite these affirmations, and I want you to imagine that there's a divine healing light entering through the crown of your head all the way down to your toes. And we're going to allow earth energy to infuse up your feet from the ground up into the top of your head. And these two energies are going to continue to merge. I'm going to start by counting down from 11 to 1 to allow the energies to travel down and the energies to travel back up. And then I'm going to recite some affirmations to allow all those energies to infuse and magnify and amplify your potential. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're doing an amazing job. You just got to sit back and relax and allow these affirmations to merge earth energy and divine energy all within you to amplify and magnify you for this goal achievement manifestation for this month. I forgive the past and invite the future in. I forget the darkness and see the light within me expand. I fortify my body and amplify my vibration. I flourish through challenges. I achieve success in all my endeavors. I manifest my dreams and desires effortlessly. Allow those affirmations to infuse, merging earth energy and divine energy within your body as we begin to amplify and magnify. So now we're going to amplify and magnify that energy 22 times more with this next set of affirmations. I remain centered and grounded as I use all my transformative power to my benefit. I effortlessly navigate all of my challenges and transmute into new opportunities. I trust the process and the discipline it requires to live at this new, amplified, and magnified level. I open my frequency, vibration, and energy to a state of abundance and prosperity in all areas of my life. Now we're going to magnify and amplify that vibration 33 times more. I embrace my hidden strengths and allow them to emerge. Those strengths may be known and unknown, and I welcome them into my life. I welcome the new beginnings this amplified state bring me. I willingly nurture the relationships that support my growth at the highest level. I am ready to rebuild whatever is necessary and create a more abundant and prosperous future now. Now I want you to amplify and magnify them 44 times more. I recognize my accomplishments and continue to support myself as I magnify myself by praising each daily success. I embrace my hidden strengths, both known and unknown, and welcome new beginnings. I willingly nurture relationships that support my growth at the highest level. I am ready to rebuild whatever is necessary and create a more abundant future now. I am supported to flow into my manifestations. I am ready to launch and release anything in the way of me achieving my goals this month. I am intelligent and successful and praise myself often. You're doing an amazing job. So just keep focusing on your breathing. And in this next set of affirmations, we're going to amplify and fortify it 111 times more so you can reach for your goals and manifestations within the next 30 days. I willingly accept these new goals and tasks that I need to accomplish my goals this month. I am slowing down and surrender, and I allow for the softest of lessons and the simplest of solutions to come to me now. As I recite this affirmation 3 more times, I want you to settle deeper into relaxation and know, trust, and surrender that the easiest way is when we let go. I am slowing down, surrender, trust, and allow for the softest of lessons and the simplest of solutions to come through to me now. I am slowing down, surrender, and trust, and I allow for the softest of lessons and the simplest of solutions to come through to me now. I am slowing down, I surrender, I trust, and I allow for the softest of lessons and the simplest of solutions to come through to me now. By following my intuition, I open myself to the limitless possibilities. I allow abundance to flow into my life. I am a magnet for financial abundance and prosperity. I am a magnet for abundance and prosperity in all areas of my life. I am connected to the universal supply of abundance and prosperity. By following my intuition, I open myself to my limitless possibilities. I allow abundance to flow into my life each day. I am a magnet for abundance and prosperity in all areas of my life. Now is the appointed time. Today is the day of my amazing good fortune, and I allow all the abundance and prosperity to flow to me now. All channels are free and all doors fly open for my immediate and endless, divinely designed supply. Now we're going to amplify and magnify and release anything that still is in your way from reaching for these goals. I forgive the past, forget the challenges, and fortify myself 222 times more each day. As I fortify, I flourish in all areas of my life. I amplify my mood, vibration, and thus easily shift into a state to reach for my goals. I achieve my goals and praise my success each and every day. I manifest abundance and prosperity in all areas of my life. You have done an amazing job. Those were the affirmations for today. And there is nothing to do and nothing to think about. We're simply breathing, relaxing, and letting go. So now we're going to shift into a little meditation as we continue to magnify and amplify, so you can achieve success this month and manifest your dreams into reality. So just continue to lay back and relax. Allow the sound of my voice to guide you deeper into relaxation. I invite you to imagine, sense, or visualize the divine light from the sun is right above the crown of your head. And as I count from 22 down to 1, it's going to clear out anything in your body that may be causing sabotage or resistance, and clearing it out, filling it up with light and divine healing energy. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I invite you to imagine, sense, or visualize there are roots traveling from your feet down into the center of the earth, keeping you grounded, safe, and supported throughout the next 30 days to reach for your goals. So just allow those roots to travel down into the center of the earth as I count from 22 down to 1. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have done an amazing job. And this simple practice is helping you calm your nervous system, boost your immune system, and access a state of mind over matter. Now I invite you to imagine, sense, or visualize that we're creating a bubble of protection. This is your bubble of protection and aura that will surround you for the next 30 days and keep you safe and supported as you begin to manifest these dreams into reality. So just allow that light to expand. But before, I want you to notice in your heart center, and maybe you place your hand upon your heart to expand gratitude in your heart center. I want you to think of a person, or it could be an animal, that brings a smile to your face that makes you really, really happy. And remember a moment in time where you felt really happy and joyful with that person or animal. And as I count from 22 to 1, we're going to expand that energy all around you, 22 feet all around you. So just keep thinking of that moment as I count down and allow that bubble to expand. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You have done an amazing job, and this bubble is all around you. And I want you to notice what color arises in that bubble, because that is the color that will serve you this month. And you should surround yourself with this color, wear this color, eat this color if it's possible, see this color, touch this color, and it will amplify and fortify and magnify your process as you reach for these goals. So now that the bubble is all around you, we're going to allow divine light to fortify, magnify, and solidify this bubble all around you as I recite our orgasmic affirmations. and expand your energy as you manifest. I am optimistic. I feel optimistic. I see how optimistic I am. I am resilient. I feel resilient. I see how resilient I am. I am grateful. I feel grateful. I see how grateful I am. I am aware. I feel how my awareness guides. I see how amazing I feel when I allow my awareness to guide me. I feel zestful. I see how zestful I am. I am a magical manifester. I feel like a magical manifester. I see my amazing manifestations emerge magically. I am intuitive. I feel intuitive. I see how intuitive I am. I am kind. I feel kind. I see how kind I am. And now we're going to magnify, amplify, and fortify this bubble even stronger. I will forgive. I know forgiving serves me. And I surrender, trust, and allow the process to guide me. I will forget. I know forgetting serves me. And I will surrender, trust, and allow the process. I will fortify. And I know when I fortify, it serves me. I will surrender, trust, and allow the process. I will flourish. I know that this serves me. And I will surrender, trust, and allow myself to flourish. I will amplify and magnify. And I know it serves me to amplify and magnify. And I will surrender, trust, and allow this to serve me. I will achieve. I surrender, trust, and allow that my achievements serve me. I will succeed. And I surrender, trust, and allow that my success will serve me. I manifest. And I surrender, trust, and allow my manifestations to serve me. You have done an amazing job. And this simple practice has helped you calm your nervous system, boost your immune system, and access a state of mind over matter. So now I wanted you to see yourself in 1 year. You have achieved your biggest goal. You have worked on yourself and magnified and amplified each month. And you are reaching for bigger and bigger goals. See yourself being successful. See yourself being successful in all areas of your life. And in this moment, notice the things that have changed in your health. Notice how you feel in all areas of your life. The things that have changed in your relationships. The things that have changed in your life in any area that may come up. And now we're going to slowly return back to today, but we're going to go slowly. So rewind 3 months before and notice what things have changed in your life and what successes and achievements did you make in that time frame. And now rewind 3 months more and notice your successes and achievements and the changes that you made to accomplish them. And now rewind 3 more months and notice the successes and achievements that you made and everything that helped you create that new life. And now rewind to 2 weeks before today and notice the successes and achievements that helped you reach those goals. And now rewind to today and notice the successes and achievements that you just felt, experienced, and noticed throughout this year of amplifying your manifestations. And I want you to notice how easy it feels to accomplish the goals that you have set for the next 30 days. So now, as I count from 1 to 5, you will awaken feeling fortified, knowing you will flourish, feeling amplified, magnified, and ready to achieve and succeed in manifesting your dreams. 1, 2, 3, you are fortified, you flourish, you are amplified. 4, 5, you are ready to achieve success in manifesting your dreams so you can open your eyes and come back to the room. All right, so we are done with the moon amplifier portion of this video. I did want to show you something that I didn't show you in the beginning is the bookmark that is the healing principles that I go by, and which we actually had affirmations based on these principles, which is right here. And this does come with the full moon amplifier workbook. So if you're interested in that, I will put a link in the description of this video on YouTube, and you can order the book and the bookmark. But it is basically a tool to help us manifest and amplify our dreams into reality by shedding away our limits and fears and reaching for realistic goals that we can accomplish within the next 30 days. So the affirmations, which you already know, what are the principles of orgasmic healing, is optimism, resilience, gratitude, amazing awareness, zestfulness, magical manifestations, intuition, and kindness. But we also magnified, amplified, and fortified. And once we achieve all of these things on this side, which is what my 14-week self-love class is about, that is when we step into our power and then begin to forgive, forget, flourish, amplify, magnify, which always goes with amplify, achieve, succeed, and manifest. So that's the second half of the bookmark. And I'm going to take a brief break. And when you come back, you are going to be seeing that live Insight Timer Mindset Productivity session, which I felt really went well with this full moon amplifier. So we can continue to magnify and amplify, and you can tackle some goals today and use this to help you continue to magnify and amplify your mood as you set these goals and start to take action. So I will be back briefly, and then we'll get that live going. All right, so we are getting ready to start this live stream, and you're going to see this live stream, which is happening simultaneously on Insight Timer. And this recording is really similar to what I do on the one-on-one session. So it's going to be a mindset coaching. We did do mindset coaching on the last day of the stress shedding class, which ended this week on Wednesday. There are upcoming stress shedding classes that are with different titles, and they're going to be slightly different. So the next one is Reset and Renew. It's an afternoon reset that's happening next week. There is Lunchtime Bliss, which is happening in the month of September. And there's obviously the full moon amplifiers, which happen every month on the 22nd of the month. And those are intended to help us shift from a full moon and those negative emotions and those fears that may have come up, to help us release them and allow us to reach through our limits towards our goals. So get ready. This live is going to happen in a few minutes. So I'm going to be looking in this direction, but know that this is happening live on Insight Timer, and I'm going to be chatting with some people and writing comments and going through the activity and seeing where they're at. And, we always become aware, we shift into this new state, and then we amplify and magnify. 10, 9, 8, it's going to start. 1. Right? So I am in Miami. Right now it is 11:11 in the morning. I can tell that there are 4 people, but usually you can see the images streaming around the bottom, and I can't see them today for some reason. So I want to make sure you are there. Where are you streaming from? And how are you feeling today? There we go. I see 1. Maybe Insight Timer is waking up too. I see 1 meditator, but it says there's 4. So how are you feeling today? Where are you from? So I am in Miami. We're going to work on mindset and expand our productivity. So I like to know where people are feeling today. Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling anxious? Do you have any emotions going on? Before we enter into the mindset shift, it's important to make sure we're at the right stress levels. So it's been a while since I've been on Insight Timer. I would say it's been at least a good year. I had been busy launching classes and apps and all this kind of stuff, but I wanted to pop back in and service the community and give some mindfulness and meditation. So what's going to happen here today? We're going to do some breathing. We're going to do some mindfulness activities to relieve somatic stress. And then we're going to shift into mindset and productivity coaching so you can reach for your goals and hopefully reach your goal within the next week, next couple weeks, and a month goal, a big goal for the end of the month. As you release your limits, any self-sabotage, any procrastination, lack of motivation. But I don't know if anyone's here because there's no responses in the comment boxes. And the way Insight Timer works is I can only see you in your comments. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start. Let's assume whoever's watching is feeling stressed because you're not giving me comments, so I don't know. Now there's 8 people. I can't see your images because Insight Timer is not working properly. How stressed are you right now from 0 to 10? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling any emotions? If you let me know, then we can do a stress relief activity before we go into mindset. We want to be at the right vibration. We want to be at the lower stress level so that we can begin to magnify and amplify. Look, Arceli from California. Thank you. No one was writing comments, so I couldn't tell who was on. Nice to see you, Arceli. Are you feeling any stress today? How are you feeling right now? Are you feeling motivated to jump into mindset, or is there something in the way of that? There are people joining now. So hi, I'm Diane Bake. I haven't been on here for a while. I'm a registered nurse, a hypnotist, and a health coach. I'm also a nursing professor that teaches health assessment. Now I see one little face. I don't know what's going on with the Insight Timer app, but I do appreciate you guys following. It's been a while, and I do plan to do these again every week. I felt like it was time to give back to my community, even though I was doing a lot, creating an app and working with clients and all that stuff. Multivari, I don't know where Multivari is. Is that a city in California? Or is that a different language? I don't know. New Hampshire, Jonathan. Thank you for sharing. So are you guys, since you are the only 2 that are sharing right now, from 0 to 10, are you feeling stressed right now? So 0 is no stress, 10 is I'm super stressed or anxious, or are you any okay, so Jonathan's feeling an 8. So we will do a relaxation activity before we jump into the mindset. Whenever we want to reach for goals and shift our mindset, it's important to really decrease our stress levels with mindfulness activities. Chronic health problems. I understand that. I actually have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, chronic fatigue syndrome, was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I used to take tons of prescriptions. Like I mentioned before, I'm a registered nurse, but I've been in the alternative world for more than 13 years, registered nurse for 20. And I learned in the process that a lot of these symptoms that we feel in our bodies can be eliminated or diminished by doing mindfulness activities, by doing breathing, by doing somatic stress relief. So thank you for sharing for what's going on. we're going to jump into an activity to release some stress and tension. So first off, let's start with some deep breathing. Let's inhale deeply, hold briefly, and exhale slowly. And we're going to do the 5-5-5 breath, which is really the breath that I learned long ago for myself. And I realized how powerful it was to just focus on breathing when we're feeling stressed. So it's going to be very easy. If you feel like it's too long to inhale for 3 seconds or 5 to get to the 5 seconds, go ahead and do the 3-3-3, which is the same thing, just counting to 3. So I'm going to inhale for a count of 5. Hold your breath. Exhale. And you want to try to make a noise, and and exhale with pouting your lips like I am. Hold. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Now reassess. For those of you that are sharing from 0 to 10, where is your anxiety or stress level? All we did was shift our breathing for a little while. You may feel little tingling sensations in your head as we move energy and relieve some stress. Hopefully that dropped you down a little bit, Jonathan. All right, so I can't tell where you're at. We're gonna go ahead and do another activity. There's some more people streaming, but for some reason I can't see the little pictures, which I like to see across the screen. So not sure what's going on with Insight Timer. I do appreciate you guys following. It's been a while since I've been on here. I'd say it's been more than a year as I've been doing all these different things, but we're gonna go into a relaxation session. We're gonna do EFT. For those of you that are here, your donations do help me support this platform and create more meditations on here. I have some ASMR ones. I have EFT sessions. I have TFT, which is thought field therapy. So the one we're going to do right now is EFT, emotional freedom technique, which really is a very powerful tool to tap into our bodies and relieve the stress and the tension that we're feeling so that we begin to shift into that state of ourselves where we can be productive and reach for our goals. But sometimes our goals can be scary, and that brings up a lot of emotions as our inner child gets triggered and wants to stay safe. So we're going to start by tapping our hand. And I know some people are feeling physical pain. So EFT can actually help with physical pain as well. In the time that I wasn't here on Insight Timer, I actually tore my ACL, fell skiing, had surgery, launched an app, but dealt with all that physical pain and worked through the physical therapy for that. So anything in the way of you reaching your goals for today, I want you to set an intention to release that here. And we're going to start tapping through the points, so you can just follow me. The affirmations I'm going to use are my affirmations to empower the mind and shift into a positive mindset with powerful words that helped us shift into this positive state. So we're going to start tapping at the top of our eyes, always breathing in deep and slow. Again, deep and slow. I am optimistic. We're going to go through each of the centers. Usually I will stay in the centers a little bit longer, but we're just going to go through them. We're trying to drain this stress that we may be feeling, these physical symptoms. So these are the points, right? The first is the top of the head, and we're going to move to the forehead. Then we're going to move to the side of the eye, and we're going to move under the eye, and we're going to move under the nose. We're going to move under the chin, and we're going to move to the chest, and we're going to move to the ribs and back up. Okay, and I'm going to be reciting these affirmations as we go. And I want you to notice where your stress level is before you started so that you know if it worked in minimizing your stress. So I am optimistic. I feel optimistic. I see how optimistic I am. I am resilient. I feel resilient. I see how resilient I am. I am grateful. I feel grateful. I see how grateful I am. If you ever feel a spike of stress in the moment I say an affirmation, it means there's some kind of a resistance in you to believe that that could be possible in your life, that you could feel grateful is an example, right? I am aware. I feel aware. I see how aware I am. I am zestful. I feel zestful. I see how zestful I am. I am a magical manifester. I feel like a magical manifester. I see how magical my manifestations are. I am intuitive. I feel intuitive. I see how intuitive I am. I am kind. I feel kind. I see how kind I am. Taking 3 deep breaths, we're going to reassess where we're at right now. We just went through one series of affirmations. So taking a deep breath, hold, and exhale. Again, hold, and exhale. And one more time, hold, and exhale. So from 0 to 10, where is your anxiety or stress right now? If you have physical pain, the same thing from 0 to 10, where is your physical pain right now? And I will wait to get some feedback before we jump back in. We want to make sure your stress levels or your pain levels are down to a reasonable amount so then we can shift into the productivity and mindset piece of this live session, which is going to have some deep meditation and reflection and shifting us into reaching for a goal and leaving your problems and resistance and self-sabotage and procrastination behind. So where is your physical pain or stress so that I know if we can move into the mindset piece? It should be at a 0 to 2, ideally, no higher than that. If you still have physical pain above that or stress, let me know. While I wait, I do appreciate everybody that's following me here. I do have sessions planned within the next couple of weeks. I'm going to start doing them weekly or at least every other week here on Insight Timer. I did take a break for about a year. Those of you that just joined now, thank you, Jonathan. I have been a nurse for 20 years, been in the holistic space for more than 13. I use meditation daily and mindfulness activities. I have learned many, many different tools like NLP, EFT, thought field therapy, and I have plenty of audios on Insight Timer. And your donations here and when you listen to my audios do help me create more free content for you guys in this space. So thank you, Jonathan. So we're down to a 5 or a 6, which means we still need to go through another sequence of EFT to bring down those stress levels. So we're going to move on to the next phase of my affirmations. And hopefully that will help you shift into a place where we can surrender, trust, and allow that these goals that we have set can be accomplished and that we have everything within us to reach for them. And then we'll shift into the mindset piece. So let's go ahead and tap into our hands again. I will surrender, trust, and allow that this goal I have set can be accomplished and that I have everything within me to reach for these dreams and to shift into this mindset and productivity coaching and release any anxiety, stress, or pain. Now we're going to tap up on the top of our heads. And then we're going to go through the series one time because I see people are joining right now. So these are all the tapping points: top of the head, side of the eye, under the nose, in the chin, heart center, the ribs. For ladies, it's at your bra line. For men, it's just your ribs, top of the head. And those are the points. So now I'm going to go into the affirmations. I will forgive. I will forgive and surrender. I trust and allow that it is in my best interest to forgive and move on. I will forget the challenges. I surrender, I trust, and allow that it's in my best interest to forget and move on. I will fortify, and I surrender and trust and allow that as I fortify myself, my dreams come into reality. I will flourish as I move forward in my life. And I surrender, I trust, and allow for this to happen easily. I will magnify and amplify. And I surrender, trust, and allow that all these self-loving practices will amplify my mood, magnify my vibration, and release any symptoms and stress from my body easily. I will achieve my goals as I shift into a mindset of productivity. And I surrender, trust, and allow that I have everything I need to reach for my goals. I will achieve my goals. And I surrender, trust, and allow that I have everything I need to achieve my goals. I will succeed. And I surrender, trust, and allow that I will succeed. I will also praise myself each time I succeed, because I know this will amplify and magnify my potential to continue to shift to the new me. I will manifest my dreams into reality as I surrender, trust, and allow my intuition to guide me. One more time. If you feel like yawning or you took a deep breath, that means we tapped into your nervous system, your cranial nerves. Through all this tapping and relieve some emotions and stress from your body. Taking a deep breath. Another deep breath. It's time to reassess from 0 to 10. Where is your anxiety or stress level right now? I know people have been sharing since the beginning. So they started off with their stress levels at an 8. They're gone down to 5 or 6. Ideally, we would want to be at a 0 to 2 range to then shift into the mindset piece of this and go into hypnosis. Perfect. Thank you, Jonathan, for sharing that. So that's where we want to be to shift into mindset. Our body is how we become aware. Our body gives us messages that we're stressed out. Our body gives us messages that we're feeling shoulder pain or tightness. Whenever we have these physical symptoms, it's a message from our body that we need to address that so that we can shift into the right vibration. A higher state of productivity will thus arise when we relieve these stress and these symptoms from our body. So we're at a good state if you're down to a 2. So we're going to shift into the mindset piece of this live session. And I do appreciate you guys following. I do appreciate when you donate here or on listening to my audios. I do have many different stress relief audios and meditations on Insight Timer. So we're going to take a moment and think about what are your top 3 problems, the biggest problems that get in your way of you reaching your goals. Maybe there's a big goal that you have that you want to achieve within the next 30 days. What are your top 3 problems? And you don't need to tell me. It could just be in your mind where you say it. If you want to share it here, that's perfect. But know what your problems are. And some common problems that have come up when I do coaching with my clients are self-sabotage, procrastination, lack of motivation, lack of discipline, resistance, fear. Those are some of the things that could be your biggest problem. And now we're going to do some thinking around these top 3 problems. So whatever your 3 problems is, they're already in your head, you know what they are. And we're going to go into some resilient thinking so that we can find and learn how we can shift this. So I want you to think of 3 positive things that you knowing about this problem could give you in your life. And it may seem out of the box. You're like, it can't be a positive thing. I have this self-sabotage. It can't be positive. But it can be because you're already aware of it. So your awareness is already one thing that's positive. You know that you do self-sabotage and you are aware of it. So if you can think of anything else that would make your awareness of this big problem, the top problem on your list, whatever the number 1 problem is, and you can write it in the comments. If not, I'm just going to go in through a hypothetical. So let's say you know the problem. Whatever the problem is, that's number 1. That is a positive thing. We already know what the problem is. Number 2, you are here for this live, right? So now we're getting help to work through that problem, whether it's self-sabotage, whether it's resistance, whether it's lack of motivation. Those are 2 positive things that you have gotten just because you're aware that this is a problem. And now let's say the third one is it gives you the opportunity to shift into something different. And maybe your answers were slightly off of that. And whatever you think of is perfect. But now we're going to start making some decisions based on the decision theory, which helps us move out of this negative mindset into something more positive. We want to think of it in a positive light and get insights from ourselves so we can shift into this productive person. So what are you willing to transform and do today to help you reach the goal that you have planned for this week or the next 30 days that will shift you out of your biggest problem? Mm-hmm. Now, hopefully you could share it, but if you're not going to share it, I'll give you some examples. So we can say that right now you're working on transforming it because you're going to work through the stress, through the meditation, and create a space for you to shift into that, right? So hopefully when you get off this live stream, you take action and you reach for your goals. What are you willing to stop doing? So this is within the next time frame. If you plan on a goal that you want to reach within the next 7 days or within the next 30 days, is there something that you do consistently that you know affects your mood, affects the way you feel, affects your physical pain, that will then cause you to shift into that problem state? And are you willing to stop something? So let's say for me, I'm willing to stop getting on social media because sometimes social media can be overwhelming for me, and that can stop me from being productive. So the next one is, what way can you motivate yourself to take action today? So we're already on this live stream. We already are willing to transform something. We know that there's something that we're going to stop. So hopefully you made a decision to stop something so you can reach for your goals. And now the third one is, how are you going to motivate yourself to take action and live in the present so that you don't allow that problem to block you from reaching for your goal? Okay, so now we're going to go into a rapid relaxation to help you see your problem in a new light. So I want you to close your eyes and relax. Take in 3 deep breaths. Inhale deeply, hold briefly, and exhale slowly. Again, inhale deeply, hold briefly, and exhale slowly. One more time, inhale deeply, hold briefly, and exhale slowly. Now that we're feeling relaxed, I want you to think of this problem that you came up with. And what is that thing that doesn't allow you to reach for your goal that you have set for this month or this week? And I want you to feel how it makes you feel. Maybe you feel stressed about it. Maybe you feel a little bit of anxiety about it because you're not able to reach for it. This problem is stopping you from reaching for your goal. And now I want you to think of someone that you know already knows how to solve your problem. Maybe it's someone that you watch on social, maybe it's someone that you watch on Inside Timer, maybe it is a famous person, maybe it's a friend of yours, maybe it's someone in your family that you know that they wouldn't have this situation, that they could solve this problem easily, and you see them there in front of you. And I invite you to imagine, sense, or visualize that you are entering them. You can see through their eyes now. And they see you, no judgment, no criticism. They see your problem and they know exactly how to solve the problem. They know what actions they would take. They know what things they would stop doing. They know how they would transform. Allow yourself to take in all this knowledge, these insights. Allow your brain to recalibrate to this state of knowing. Know that you have the answers, that you have tuned in with this problem solver, and you have stepped into the shoes of the problem solver. And see how you view the problem in a new light. Maybe you view it as not a problem anymore. Now you have the solution because now you are the problem solver. And as I count from 11 to 1, I want you to come back into your body. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I invite you to get the insights. Let them recalibrate into your body. See the insights in a new light. See the solutions. See the steps that you can take. Notice the things that you're going to stop doing. Notice the ways that you can take action. Notice how easy it is to transform into this problem solver. And now as you, in this body, in yourself, feeling empowered, knowing that you are the problem solver, we're going to go a little bit deeper into this problem that you had thought of and your goal that you had created. And I want you to imagine a tic-tac-toe board. So a tic-tac-toe board has 9 squares. So imagine those 9 squares. And at the bottom, right in the center, there's a circle. And that one box is the only box that has something filled. And it has that O, and that O is going to stay there as we fill in all the other boxes. So just imagine we're filling up those boxes now. And I want you to fill the first box with something that you are grateful for. It could be a person, it could be an animal. Think of a moment where you felt great gratitude, and you're going to fill up that box with that memory and allow it to bring you that sense of joy and gratitude. Now I want you to fill the next 2 boxes with times that you felt good about yourself. You felt empowered. These are moments where you were happy, you were super confident. Maybe you were on vacation, maybe you were at an event that you felt amazing. Fill up those 2 boxes at the top. So now we have the 3 top boxes of the tic-tac-toe all filled up. Now we're going to fill the second row of boxes. Then I want you to think of something or someone that makes you feel good, happy, joyful. Maybe it's events that you go to or situations that you really enjoy. Maybe it's being outdoors. Whatever really makes you happy and joyful. Fill up the next 3 boxes of the tic-tac-toe. Now we have 2 empty boxes left and the one with the O at the bottom. And I want you to think of 2 people. It could be animals or people or situations that make you feel excited, zestful, like a child, make you want to laugh, have fun. Allow yourself to feel all of these positive energies and vibrations, and notice how the grid of the tic-tac-toe box is all filled up now. And the only thing that doesn't have a situation in it is where the O is. And I want you to take the O out and now insert that problem that you had come up in the beginning of this session into that tic-tac-toe, and notice how it's surrounded by all of these positive energies, emotions, sensations, memories. And notice how small that problem looks. And now see it from that new insight that you got as you entered the body of the problem solver, and recognize how small the problem has become. And the problem is now in the context of you knowing and experiencing all of these happy things in your life. And I invite you, as I count from 11 to 1, you're going to go into the future with your insights and all the intuition that you just got. And you're going to see yourself in the future as I count from 22 to 1. So 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See yourself in the future. You've resolved that problem. You've reached for your goals. Notice the things that have shifted in your life, how you're feeling in all areas of your life, your relationships, what changed in your relationships, what has shifted in your health, what has shifted in your career, what has shifted in your free time or leisure time, what has shifted in your social life, what has shifted in your finances. Notice this all as the problem solver. Notice how good it feels in your body. You're completely peaceful, calm, and relaxed, feeling energized and motivated as this problem solver. And I invite you now to come back 3 months before that year, and notice the things that you solved and the situations that shifted and how you are in all those areas of your life again. So how is your health? How are your finances? How is your career, your social time, your leisure? What are the things that have changed? And now we're going to rewind again 3 more months as the problem solver, noticing all the things that have shifted as you have used your awareness to expand and amplify and magnify your potential to reach for those dreams, and see the things that have shifted in your finances, in your career, in your leisure time, in your social time, in your relationships. And now let's rewind 3 more months and notice again how you are. You have amplified your mood, magnified your potential to reach for your goals, and left your problems behind as the problem solver. Notice the things that had shifted in your life, in your finances, in your relationships, in your social life, in your leisure time, and in any other area that may arise. And now we're going to rewind to 30 days from now. Notice your goal, the goal that you had set before we started this meditation. See it. Know that you have achieved it. Notice where you're at as the problem solver and all the solutions to that problem that you had come up with before the session, because you are the problem solver. And notice how your life has shifted in these 30 days. Notice your finances, notice your career, notice your social time, notice your relationships, notice how peaceful and calm you feel as you return into your body. So as I count from 11 to 1, you're going to return into your body. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Returning to the present. You are back in your body as the problem solver, knowing all the insights, how you got to your goal, recognizing everything you learned on this journey from a year of in the future till now as we went backwards, taking in all of these insights and this awareness to live in the present as the problem solver, shifted into this new positive mindset. So we're going to anchor in these energies and these vibrations as I recite some affirmations before we finish this meditation. Anchoring in this amplification, this magnified energy to help you reach for your goals today and to help you reach for your goals within the next 30 days. I am the master of my mind. I have accessed mind over matter. I have amplified and magnified my potential to reach for my goals. I am confident and productive. All is well in my mind, body, and spirit. I can do this. I am a super achiever. I am successful. I have magnified, amplified, and fortified my potential. I will succeed in manifesting my dreams into reality. I am optimistic. I am resilient. I am grateful. I am aware. I am zestful. I am magical. I am intuitive. I am kind. Notice in your body how confident, productive, magnified, and amplified you feel. And now as I count from 1 to 5, you will awaken taking all of these energies and sensations with you, taking this shifted mindset to go reach for some goals today and leave that problem behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can come back to the room now, living in this new state, this amplified and magnifying state. So I see there's 44 meditators on here. I wish I could see the little images. I really like to see them, but I can only see 4. So thank you for being on this Insight Timer Live. It's been a while since I've been on here. I see some people joined at the end. So I'm a registered nurse, been a nurse for 20 years. I've been in the holistic space for 13. I took a break from Insight Timer for a little while because I was launching an app and doing like one-on-one coaching, and I had too much on my plate. So I had to pull away from these, but I wanted to get back in here. So I'm starting to do them again on Fridays. I do have a couple on the schedule. I do have 2 set for next week. One is in Spanish and one is in English. I do appreciate your donations here on Insight Timer. So they do help me create more audios on the platform, as well as do these live sessions. I have sessions on EFT. I have meditations to relieve somatic stress. I have meditations for headaches using ASMR. There's so many different audios on this platform that are available, but I hope you check out some of those sessions. So my name is Diane Vick, and I do appreciate you guys being here on this live stream. If anyone wants to let me know how you're feeling, do you feel more productive? Are you ready to reach for your goals and amplify your potential? Did we shift your mindset on this live stream? So thank you. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. You're very welcome. I'm glad you're feeling better. So we did EFT early on in this session to relieve some stress. It's always important if we have goals set into place and we're feeling physical symptoms, that we deal with the physical stress that our body is telling us we have, and we shift into this new state. I see people are joining here now as we're approaching the end of this live stream, but I will be on again next week. Alyssa, I have another one scheduled next Friday. And I am simultaneously recording the live stream as well, but I obviously can't share it on this platform. We went on a mindset shift, and I do have the same one next week at the same time. So I hope to see you there. I also have sessions in Spanish, and I will be trying to do these at least every week, if not every 2 weeks on Insight Timer. So I'm glad to be back, and I see that you guys are on here. I do appreciate your donations. You can also check out my audio. So early on in the session, we did EFT. So I have EFT audios where we go tapping and doing affirmations and relieving stress from the body. I also have some that are TFT, which is thought field therapy. And then I have just really deep relaxations for chronic fatigue, for headaches, that are somatic stress relief. Yeah, I have plenty of audios for chronic fatigue and stress. I actually suffer from chronic fatigue as well. I have fibromyalgia, and headaches are some of the symptoms that I go through. So meditation is a very, very powerful tool, and EFT can also help. Yes, and that happens with COVID. Some people do have fatigue and brain fog and all the leftover results of COVID and dysregulation of the nervous system. So yeah, so next week I will focus on relaxation before the session. We always want to bring your stress levels down to an optimal state. Ideally, you would be at a 0 in stress and physical pain, or at a 2 at the most. So we always do a relaxation activity before, and then we'll go into the mindset shifting and the meditation towards the end. I do hope that you guys make it onto the live stream next week, but you can always follow me here on Insight Timer and check out the audios that are already available for you. And I will be releasing some more. But like I said, I was creating an app and making audios for that. So I was kind of away from Insight Timer for a bit. You're at a 10 right now and can't shut the adrenaline off. I would suggest an EFT session or a TFT session. If you type them on Insight Timer, you should be able to find those audios. At this point, I've been on here for 45 minutes, so I'm kind of at my own depletion mode because I was recording before that another class. But EFT is a great way for you to relieve stress, especially when you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed or your nervous system, because what happens is our cranial nerves, which are all the nerves in our face, they connect to our entire nervous system, and that includes the vagus nerve, which takes care of our fight or flight response, which impacts our whole body. So that's why EFT is so powerful. When I teach my nursing students how to assess the cranial nerves, that's how I realized how powerful this EFT is, because it really goes through all of those areas where we assess patients after they have a stroke, which is the same nerves that make our nervous system go insane and get us stuck in fight or flight. So EFT is what I would recommend. You can look in the audio library for all my audios, and I have tons of them. So Alyssa, I would tell you first off, what emotion, before you go pick a session, I want to know what emotion you're feeling. So are you feeling anger? Are you feeling fear? Are you feeling sadness? Are you just feeling physical pain? Fear. Okay. So go search for an EFT. So it's EFT for pain and for fear, sorry. So you want to search for that on the Insight Timer meditations. And I do have an EFT session specifically for fear. There should be one. If not, it's TFT. For sure, TFT has fear in there. So TFT is thought field therapy. What it is, I'll just show you what it looks like, because when you're listening to the audio, you can't tell. You're always tapping right here in this point between your pinky and your index finger. And if you listen to my audio, you're going to be moving your eyes. So we can go through one quick sequence before I log off. So just tapping here. When you do thought field therapy, you're doing eye movements, and the eye movements are connected to all your cranial nerves, and they help calm your nervous system, and they shift you into a new mindset. So I know like our numbers are growing here, and we have a lot of people getting on here. So let's relieve some stress before I log off. So you just tap right here, and now you close your eyes, and now you open your eyes, and now you close your eyes and you look down towards your left shoulder. But you always keep your head in the same position. You hold your hands there for a second, your eyes staying there for a second. I like to hold the position, but I go a little bit faster in the audio. So now up. Now you look at your right shoulder, always tapping in the same spot, the gamut point in your hand. And close and open your eyes again. And now your eyes, you're going to move them in circles. So a circle to the left for 1, and a 2, and a 3. And now we're going to do circles to the right for 1, and a 2, and a 3. And now we're going to hum. Birthday song. Now we're going to count, and I want you to vocalize. You got to use your vocal cords here because we're connecting these nerves to the movements that we're doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to hum again. So notice where your stress level's at right now. From 0 to 10, those are the tapping points for TFT, thought field therapy. This is the only tapping point. It's more about eye movements. Yes, so you can move your eyes slowly. You don't have to do it fast. You can do it as slow as you feel comfortable with. The thing with thought field therapy that's different from EFT is you want to bring your stress levels down to a 4 before you start doing the eye movement. So Alyssa, where is your stress level right now? Because we might have to tap through before you go into that audio. 8 to 9. Okay, so let's go through some tapping points. These are the tapping points, right? We start here in the karate chop. I want to release this anxiety, this stress that I'm feeling. I set an intention to move into my positive mindset. And now we're going to go tapping through the points. Ribs, top of the head, forehead, side eye, under the eye, under the nose, chin, chest, ribs, top of the head. I'm going to recite some affirmations, Alyssa, see if I can get you down to a 5, and then you can go find the audio. As we're going to get to 50 minutes soon, and I usually don't do that as long. But I am optimistic. I feel optimistic. I see how optimistic I am. I am grateful. I feel grateful. I see how grateful I am. I am amazing and aware. I feel amazing and aware. I see how amazing and aware I am. I am zestful. I feel zestful. I see how zestful I am. I am a magical manifester. I see how magically I manifest. I am intuitive. I feel intuitive. I see how intuitive I am. I see some old faces that used to be on my live streams. Welcome in here. I am kind. All right, taking a deep, slow breath and reassess. Alyssa, has your stress gone down going through the EFT? Anyone else that wants to share, go ahead. We're actually at the end of the live stream. It was about to finish up. We did do some EFT early on with affirmations. We brought people's stress levels down, which is where you want to be ideally before you do anything mindset related, so you can reach for your goals and not have your problems like self-sabotage, resistance, lack of discipline to get in the way of your motivation to reach for things. Gary, that's the one I recognized. Hi, Gary. I will be on next week. I've been taking a break from Insight Timer because I was creating my own app and working with some clients that was pretty intensive. Oh, and I also tore my ACL in January and I had to recover from that. So there was a lot going on in my life. I'm glad you are going down in stress levels, Alyssa. So what I recommend when we end this live stream is that you do some EFT, which is emotional freedom technique. You can find some on my audios. And then you can move on to TFT to see what that's like, which was tapping here in this point, the gamut point, and moving your eyes slowly, obviously, because you said you need to move your eyes slow. You could be laying down for that. You don't have to be sitting in a chair. Yeah, emotional freedom technique. I have them in the system as just EFT and TFT. So EFT and TFT. So you can just search under me and you'll find them. And you should find the TFT is specific for the emotions that we're feeling. So if you're feeling fearful, you would look for TFT for fear. And that is the sequence that you would follow. So I do appreciate everyone that's on here, all of your donations. I will be back on Insight Timer next week. I have a session in English and a session in Spanish, and I'm going to try doing sessions once a week on Fridays at least, if not every 2 weeks. Thank you for joining. All of you that kind of joined at the end. We did a mindset shift. We did a meditation that shifted us into a positive mindset and released our problem, what our top problem is, whether it's self-sabotage, lack of discipline, lack of motivation, so that you can set goals and reach them. I hope those of you that experienced the whole session do actually take some action now when you leave this live stream towards your goal for this week or this month. And I will see you next week as we continue to shift into that powerful, positive mindset and reach to that productive state. I hope you guys have a fabulous day. It is time for me to call this off because I am tired. And definitely to encourage you, if you're still feeling stressed out or anxious, to go check out those audios that I mentioned. EFT is a very powerful way to tap into your nervous system and relieve stress from all these cranial nerves that are innervating your entire face and your body. And TFT is also a great tool, and I use both of them almost every day. So use the power of your mind and your awareness to take some action and then shift into that mindset. Once you're feeling less stressed, you can use meditation to shift your mind into an optimal state and then take action. Have a great day. This is Diane Vic. Aloha. All right, so there were 68 people on the live stream. I went on a little bit longer than intended, but I did help people reduce some stress in there. So you always have that resource. I'm going to continue to do those live streams on Insight Timer. For those of you that are on one-on-one, you are already getting all of these different techniques on your own. And I do invite you to check out those 3 new events that are coming up soon. So this 3-day renew and reset, which is an afternoon. And then we have our moon amplifiers. And then we have the other 3-day, which is the bliss lunch. Have a great day. This is Diane Vic. Aloha.